Hi, my name is Keno Thomas, and today we are going to talk about a topic in instrument flight rules, which are pre-flight action, what's required of a pilot by Federal Aviation regulations, and we're going to talk about the required equipment before we conduct an instrument flight. Pre-flight action is basically what we need to do before we put the plane in the air. And the acronym that I use, or memory aid that I use, is called WCRAFT with a K, not a C. Okay. So WCRAFT. The W represents, and let's just type in on the board a little bit, just a little bit. We can see our double WCRAFT over here. WKRAFT. The W represents weather reports and forecasts. As a pilot, when I'm planning an instrument flight, or any flight, I need to know the weather reports and forecasts. I need to know what's going on at my destination airport. I need to know what's going on at the airport that I'm currently at. Okay? I need to know the weather that's going on. I need to know what's forecasted. Sometimes I need to pick out weather reports and forecasts for airports in between, because in between point A and point B, there may be some weird weather forecasted, because weather is always in motion and it never stops. Okay? The next letter we come into are known ATC delays. Very important. ATC means air traffic control. Okay? Known ATC delays. When I'm planning an instrument flight, most of the flight, I'm not even going to have visual contact with the surface of the earth. So there's a lot going on. If there's like a 2 or 3 hour delay, I could be in a holding pattern for a very, very long time. It's not likely, but theoretically, we do have to think that it could happen. Or you could be in a multitude of holding patterns where they clear you somewhere and then hold, clear you somewhere, you hold. Okay, so known ATC delays. I need to know whether I need to carry extra fuel. So these are all considerations that we need to keep in mind. The next one is R, which represents runways of intended use. The runways I intend to use, I kind of need to know what's going on at my departure and destination airports. I also have to keep in mind what if an airport's shut down? When I'm on the way to my destination airport, it can be shut down. So I always have to think about the possibilities of what can happen. And I know you can't see my head. Somebody just brought that out. But all I need you to see is this board. Focus on this board. I can bring my head down, but you really don't need to see me. And I always extend it out so you can't see me. So don't worry about that. So runways of intended use, which brings us into A in our acronym WCRAFT, which are alternates. Alternate airports. Alternates. If my flight cannot be completed, I always have to think about where's another airport? Where can I land? Can this runway or airport accommodate my aircraft? Okay, if you're a professional pilot and you're flying high-performance larger airplanes, you can't, land on a 2,000-foot runway. So you have to think about alternates if the flight cannot be completed. We have to think about F, fuel requirements. Okay, we got to think about fuel requirements. We got to think about, what if I can't make this airport? What if I have to fly to my alternate? There's extra fuel or flight fuel. You're gonna have to be able to fly longer. You may be able to just get to your destination and have extra fuel, but you can't think about that. You have to get to your destination, you have to get to your alternate airport and your flight plan. And then you have to have a certain amount of fuel past your alternate. Okay, and we'll go into detail later with that. And T, we have to think about our takeoff and landing distance data. Okay? Like I said, when we're considering alternates in different airports and things of that nature, we have to think about takeoff and landing distance data. On warmer days, we're gonna require longer runways, okay, because the atmospheric composition, which we talked about in the earlier chapter, the molecules spread apart on hot days. So we're going to need more runway to take off because the molecules spread apart. We're not going to get the same amount of thrust. It's not going to have the same density or the same thrust. So these are all considerations. Just to recap, WCRAF covers pre-flight action. I need to know about weather reports and forecasts. I need to know about known ATC delays, the R. I need to know about runways of intended use. I need to know about alternates, A, if my flight cannot be completed. I need to know fuel requirements if I have to go to my destination, airport, or alternate. I just need to have an idea of how much extra fuel I'm going to need. And then finally, last but not least, takeoff and landing distance data. So this covers pre-flight action as it applies to instrument flight rules, but I think it should be also applied to VFR as well, because just having this extra information, even though you're not flying instrument flight, it's just good pilot housekeeping. So, pre-flight action, WCRAF, the acronym. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.